Iowa education leaders are in the process of applying to be exempt from the National Student Assessment Program, No Child Left Behind. If Iowa is exempt from the program started in 2001 under the Bush administration, the state would create its own student assessment program. That would change how student and teacher performance is judged.
The No Child Left Behind was a way to try to fire people up.
Oskaloosa High School principal Stacy Bandy says No Child Left Behind, a student assessment program mandating that all students become proficient in all skills by 2014, sets unreasonably high goals for teachers.
Quite frankly, you're not going to find a school that's going to be able to reach the 100%.
Our biggest challenge are those students with learning difficulties and challenges that they have in the classroom, struggling learners.
Curriculum Director Mary Cooksley agrees. Oskaloosa's high, middle, and elementary school have all joined more than 400 others on the state's list of schools in need of assistance, meaning they will be closely watched by the state because under the benchmarks of No Child Left Behind, they are not progressing fast enough towards 100% proficiency in math and reading.
We're late to that school in need of assistance game, if you will. Many districts around us have been on that list for several years, and so it's a good thing that we haven't been, but now that we are, we're hoping that No Child Left Behind, possibly not being part of that proficiency, what that might look like for Oskaloosa.
Currently, state education officials are seeking a waiver from the U.S. Department of Education to be exempt from the national No Child Left Behind benchmarks, meaning Iowa would be responsible for creating, implementing, and policing a new student assessment program which would be Iowa-specific.
If they do get the waiver, what's next? Where are we going?
Cooksley believes that the new Iowa assessment would be aligned with the Iowa Core curriculum, a statewide teaching structure that Oskaloosa is already using. Currently, No Child Left Behind tracks how children stack up with one another each year. She thinks an assessment closely adhering to the Iowa Core would track how much each individual student learns from one year to the next.
What we want to know is if little Susie learned from 3rd grade to 4th grade. We don't care if this kid learned the same thing as that kid in the 4th grade. We're talking about humans here, and it's very different. You cannot compare one to another.
Cooksley says if the state is granted exemption from No Child Left Behind, parents and students shouldn't see a noticeable difference in Oskaloosa schools.
Classes will not change. Our teachers will not change. I don't think there'll be anything visible by the public in terms of a change in education for their kids. It'll just be how are we going to measure whether or not students are proficient.
Iowa Education Director Jason Glass is expected to outline an Iowa-specific plan for teacher assessment October 3rd. This week, a formal complaint was filed with state ethics regulators against Glass, alleging he broke state law by accepting a free trip to Brazil from Pearson, a company that develops educational assessments like the ones that could be put into place statewide if Iowa is exempt from No Child Left Behind. Glass has not responded to this complaint.